Hey, good morning, folks, and greetings once again from Aspen. Throat's getting a little bit better. Got dumped on yesterday. I think we got like 10 to 12 inches of powder. So skiing during a winter storm was pretty cool. I haven't skied in a winter storm before with that much powder, and had a blast. Having a lot of excuse me, a lot of fun out here. But looking forward to getting back to some warmth eventually here pretty soon. So obviously, market's kind of wallowing around here. We reported yesterday that Lighthizer, I guess he's the SPA or the single point of accountability on trade issues, said, hey man, there are major issues that aren't resolved yet. So what happened? The futures are going down. That the meeting between Trump and Xi that the president touted, hey, going to have Xi down at Mar-a-Lago in March, ain't going to happen. I told you when he said that wasn't going to happen. And obviously, and we looked to got filled on a bear call spread yesterday on FXI on the iShares China ETF. That trade's already up and I got filled at 15 cents. When I sent out the alert, it was at 17 cents. I got 15 cents, right? I said plus or minus 2 cents. That trade's already up. What's that looking like? Wow. Nice one-day gain. Really looking pretty good. So it's already down to 11 cents. That trade's up $675 in a day. Really, really liking that trade. So obviously the market's down a little bit and wallowing around here as trade optimism fades. We briefed you on this, and also what happened last night. The other reason FXI is absolutely plummeting today is what? Weak Chinese data. Look at what came out last night. Fixed investment asset was flat, which isn't necessarily good. Industrial production imploded over in China. Retail sales slight uptick, and unemployment rate went up. There was, aside from the retail sales going up just a fraction, no good news out of China. So if you didn't get into the FXI from yesterday, I'd potentially look at just lowering those strikes, maybe about 50 cents. And still trying to get filled. We had another bear call spread last week that expired at a max profit. This one's also. We're just get bearish on FXI, guys. There ain't no good news coming out macroeconomically about China. There's no good news coming out at all militarily about China. They had a mishap the other day, killed 2 of their pilots. They're stealing everything that isn't locked down, and even if it is locked down, they're breaking in and stealing it. This ain't good, man. We really have, and the president was right. And nice job. Saw on the news this morning that Mueller's lead angry Democrat, one of his top prosecutors in the probe, is stepping down. The probe's winding down, folks. Where's all my crazy Russia collusion idiots? Not one shred of. Look at all the indictments. First of all, Stalin's chief of killing people said what? You show me the man, I'll show you the crime, which is what Democrats are doing now, trying to go after Trump for absolutely anything he did in his life. Remember, folks, he can only be impeached for high crimes and misdemeanors when in office. So this is insane. But ain't no good news coming out at all with China. So, it's heading lower, and it's not good news for the markets, folks. As I predicted, even though we got this nice little rally, we opened up again above the 2,800 point. We're flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 6th time the market has attempted to rally above this 2,800 point. 2810, 28, whatever the literal number is, it doesn't matter. 2800's really become the line in the sand. Yesterday was the 5th time. Was the 5th time the charm? No, and it really isn't. So be very, very careful and get defensive here, folks, because it's not looking good for these markets. Having said that, we SDS, we looked at a trend last week, a 34.5, 34 on SDS, right? SDS is the ProShares Ultra Short, which means as the market goes down, this goes up. This was way underwater up until today. This is why you put these trades on, folks, is that it's a hedge. It's an ejection seat. Let's take a look at this trade. It's the 34.5, 34 bull put spread. Right, that's risking about $6,000 to maybe make $4,000, and that trade it expires by next Friday. This is a good-looking trade, folks. I mean, SDS opened. SDS it closed yesterday at like 33 something and change. Now it's up nearly a full dollar. or I'm sorry, a quarter of a percent right now. Hang on to this, or get some SDS on before next week, guys, because it is definitely going to. I think we're going to pop here as we do this kind of serpentine underneath this 2800. Investors embrace riskier sectors as stocks extend rebound. Equities tied to tech and economic cycles outperforming the rest of the market. Now, I remember before I headed west out here, we took a look at Amazon. Some folks were worried about the Amazon bull put spread. Take a look at Amazon now. Amazon's up back around that 1700 level. Really liking what's going on with Amazon. Things were a little dark for some folks here, and as I briefed in the live trading session, I said, hey, my commit criteria for getting in this, what is it, April 4th trade? I didn't get filled in this account on this, but it is by April 4th, it is way above that short put, and it's looking great right now. So I like this headline out of the Journal. Fast-growing tech and internet stocks, along with sectors tied to economic cycles, such as industrials and energy stocks, push the S&P to a 4-month high. So it looks like it's risk back on in some sectors, but kind of risk off yesterday and actually literally platform off for what happened yesterday. Instagram models sat there for 11 hours straight pushing refresh and crying into their phones. Facebook and Instagram went down yesterday for like 11 hours. Tried to post something on the mountain, didn't work. I'm like, all right, whatever, I don't care. Other people, if you're an Instagram influencer or an Instagram model, holy crap. Here's the headline, folks. Was Facebook outage a cyber attack? And look at this Bloomberg. Look at this headline. You ready? Facebook's crisis management algorithm runs on outrage. This article is a phenomenal, I'm not going to call it a hit piece. It's the truth. This stock sucks. The CEO sucks. It's awful. I almost fell out of my chair yesterday, or no, 2 days ago when I saw Senator Cruz from Texas say, I read a tweet from him, and he was retweeting Elizabeth Warren, and Elizabeth Warren calling for a breakup in regulation of all these tech companies. Can't believe I agree with the woman, but she's right. These companies are awful. Facebook is awful. It's down 2% right now. This thing is just an absolute shit show. If you like crisis, if you like, a stock that just veers from one crisis to another and believe that, it's just going to outlive all these crises, great. If not, remember, folks, and same thing with Boeing. I'm super pissed at Donald Trump. And I call the guy, it's funny, people, oh, you're some blind, loyal Trump supporter. And you're retarded. No, I'm not. I've ripped apart Obama when he was wrong. I actually think 2 or 3 times said he was right in doing some things. Same thing with President Trump. Complete idiot to ground the Boeing Max was not a smart call. Our pilots are trained, folks, to aviate, navigate, communicate. Something goes wrong with the airplane. What do? Disconnect all the shit. Here's what happens today, folks. You get going down the runway. Here's what happens. The first officer or the non-flying pilot, maybe the captain, says V1 rotate. That means the speed with which you can lift your nose up and get airborne. As soon as you get airborne and you're at V2, they put the gear up. And then you know what they do? They hit a button that says autopilot. And until they reach 1,000 feet in the descent and, click off the autopilot and land the plane. And sometimes, folks, FedEx, UPS, they're certified to land in 0-0 weather. The autopilot is. There is way too much technology. It's a simple procedure when something like this happens. Notice no Maxes have crashed in the United States. It was Lion Air and Ethiopia Air. Pretty certain our training programs here in the United States are a little bit better than those countries. Not sounding like a jingoist or whatever. I'm sounding like a smart guy because it's the truth. Anyway, real quick, there's a couple positions expiring on Friday. Look at this CME bear call spread, man. This CME bear call spread, we pounded this thing into the dirt. It is up a full $2,400. This thing is at 100% profit. Let me get a hell yeah if you pounded CME into the dirt like it deserved to be. We're going to stay bearish. Excuse me. On CME. So max profit on that. We have an EWZ iron condor that's looking good. It's up $1,100. And take a look at this. Let's open up the iron condor. Remember, an iron condor is a range bound trade. Here's the bull put spread, the 41, 41 and a half at a max profit, essentially. Look at the bear call spread. This is why you hang out in trades, folks. It's the 43 and a half, 44. This thing was looking underwater a little bit-ish yesterday. What's going on now? EWZ is getting pounded and pulling back along with the overall market. What's our break even on the... So 43.63 is the break even on the... excuse me, on the... bear call spread, and we're underneath that, and actually it's below 43 and a half right now. So I'm hanging on to this iron condor. That one's going to look like it's going to expire for a max profit. Actually, let me group these together. How do I do the grouping thing? Placed, quote, option chain, chart, custom grouping. Let's make this a... You should be able to just make this thing an iron condor, but let's throw everything in there as one, and let's see what the iron condor looks like. There you go. So let's analyze net the iron condor, risking 3,600 to potentially make 3,900 bucks. That's a nice risk to reward ratio. Risking 36 to make 39. So hanging on to that one, like I said, I'm filled on the FXI bear call spread from yesterday. And if you're not, maybe you roll these strikes down maybe about 50 cents and look to get filled. All right, guys, I'm going to split. It's the beginning of the day, and my voice is already fading. And I appreciate all the emails and texts and everything like that with the home remedies. And somebody said Bushmills and Jameson will help that throat. I think I'm going to listen to that one. So, all right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless. I'll talk to you later.